Hello guys, today I'm ranking Richard Hart tokens from number 5 to number 1, from bottom to the top. So number 5, in my opinion, number 5 is Hex. It is, I think, the worst token to hold long term because you could see the total supply of Hex and we are getting inflated like 3.69% per year. And if you hold liquid hex for a long time, you're eating that inflation. So percentage wise, your tokens are getting less in the ecosystem. You owning a smaller and smaller piece of the pie, if you could say it that way. So hex number 5. Number 4, in my opinion, is Sync. I've been wondering where to put Ink number 5 or number 4, but because the difference here is like the inflation of ink is time based, it's not based on the token supply. So hex the tokens, the the inflation is added to the tokens, and with ink is time based. Basically, one ink is minted each second. So the inflation is fixed. The amount of tokens, if the inflation is fixed, and some people are saying ink has like halving. That's not actually true. Just like the supply of the existing tokens is rising because of the inflation, but because the inflation is time-based, percentage-wise, is getting smaller than the whole tokens is in existence. So that's the difference. And I think ink is a little bit better. Also, it's a bit more speculation. The the issuance of the tokens could be changed through MasterChef contract. So yeah, I'm putting ink at number 4. Number 3, I will put Pulse, the only coin in the Richard Hart ecosystem, basically the native token of Pulse chain. If you want to make transactions, you need Pulse. It's copy of Ethereum. So the game theory is the same. We've got a little inflation of the token, but when the chain is used, we've got a lot of volume, a lot of trades. We've got burning, and sometimes when the volume and the trades are more like more tokens are burned than actually uh, minted. So we've got like sometimes deflationary, sometimes inflationary, but let's say like it's fixed supply. But what's great for Pulse is if you're a validator, if you want to be a validator, you could like set up a node validator and you could earn like around 9% APR, which is great for a token with no inflation. Basically, you're earning 10% yield, mind blowing. Number 3 only because it's a little bit difficult for everyone to set up a validator and to manage a validator. But if you want to go that way, it is a perfect scenario. And you're helping Pulsechain as well. And you're helping the other tokens to be more secure. And that's great. So number two is PulseX. The game theory behind PulseX is amazing. It's mind blowing. So we've got fixed supply of tokens, 20 trillion tokens, but we've got buy and burn function, which is buying and burning token on a daily basis based on the amount of trades on PulseX exchange. So as you could see here, 895 billion tokens are already burned for 13 months, I think. That's a little bit less than 5% of the supply, which is a lot. And what I could say, like we've got fixed supplies of tokens and they getting less and less every day. So another example, let's go here on leaks. To become a dolphin in PulseX, you need 2 billion tokens. If you hold 2 billion PulseX tokens, you're a dolphin. But if you go And if you divide like 900 billion, if you divide 900 billion with 400, you see like 2.25 billion. That's the amount of tokens burned on daily basis. Because 900 billion, the tokens which are burned, that are burned, and 400 days since Pulse chain existence. So each day more than 2 billion tokens are burned. That's mean like every day Dolphin is added to the system. Let's think like every day someone is buying 2 billion tokens and we're never gonna sell them because they're already burned. It's like Dolphin who is buying the tokens and planning not to sell ever. Extremely bullish. Extremely bullish. The game theory behind this token is insane. So, number two, which is number one, of course. Let's come back here in Hex. We talked about the inflation and the Hex token itself, but the best Richard Hart product is this one, the T-share. The T-share is the greatest invention in crypto after Bitcoin and Ethereum, in my opinion. Because, as I said, we have inflation of 3.69%, and if you hold liquid Hex, you're getting nothing. You're eating the inflation. But there is a smart contract behind this token that you could sign agreement, and based on the terms you signed, you could have shares. And the terms are very simple. How many tokens you want to burn and for how long you want to burn them. And based on that, you're getting shares. And we call them T-shares because it's easier. It's easier to do math. So let's say you want to lock 34,687 tokens for 1 month, 2 months, 5 months. Yeah, you're getting one T-share. If you want to have one T-share locked for 10 to 15 years, you need to lock 11,500 tokens roughly, and you're getting T-share. So you're locking tokens for longer. That's why you're getting more T-share. Based on the T-share, now you're earning Hex tokens. And as you could see, we're around 7 Hex tokens per day for one T-share. So if you hold one T-share, you receive 7 and over tokens a day, which is insane because the APR is around, if you lock it for, let's say, 10, 15 years, is around 40%, which is insane. And people who are holding Hex, they're eating inflation, but the people who burn their liquid Hex in order to receive shares, they earn more Hex. So T-shares and Hex are not the same. You can't earn Hex if you hold liquid Hex. You could only earn Hex if you have shares. And to have shares, you need to burn your Hex. That's why I think T-shares are one of the greatest inventions in cryptocurrency space and probably the best financial invention ever. And that's why I put T-shares at number one, because with PulseX, which is great, insane game theory as well, you can't lock. You can't lock. If we see tomorrow like 10x or 20x, most of us probably will sell. And of course, we will sell, the price will correct another 30, 40, 60%. But after 1 year or 2 years, we could see like 100x prices from here. And we'll be mad at ourselves why we sold too early. And that's what Hex does. Prevents you from selling too early. It makes you a favor that you're going to hold your tokens, your shares, for the period of time you signed in the contract. Absolutely great, guys. In my opinion, T-shares number one, Hex number five. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking. And if you want me to do videos about the staking ladders, about like different scenarios, like different ages, like people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, should you stake? Should you not stake? How long? In my opinion, I could express it with you guys. So let me know in the comment section. Have a great weekend ahead, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.